Yes, thank you very, very much for staying with us and joining us for yet another fantastic video we are bringing you here. Yes, this is a very, very hot video. Black Stars coach Chris Hughton is meeting the Ghana Football Association and the executive committee. In fact, the Ghana Football Association president and his executive committee, they are going to have a meeting about the Black Stars and all issues. We are going to bring you the very details about that meeting. In fact, the meeting must be starting right now because the Black Stars coach has arrived at the headquarters of the Ghana Football Association. We are going to bring you the details of that meeting. The Black Stars coach himself, Chris Hughton, has had an interview with BBC speaking about the Black Stars, the African Cup of Nations, and the World Cup qualifiers Ghana will be playing in the month of November. World Cup qualifiers in the month of November, African Cup of Nations in January. We are going to talk about all of those issues. Thomas Partey is likely to miss African Cup of Nations 2023. Why is that so? We are going to bring you all the details you ought to know in this particular video, and then we will talk to you about Dede Ayew and Edmond Ado. A lot of Ghanaians are speaking about speaking against the call up of those two players, and we are going to share the thoughts and views of Ghanaians with you in this particular video. Edmond Ado hasn't played a single competitive game. Serbia, Jesus Christ, like Red Star Belgrade in Serbia, Serbia. Okay, if they are playing league game, Edmond Ado doesn't play some. He hasn't played a single competitive game for Red Star Belgrade, but he's always in the Black Star squad. And a lot of people are asking questions. We are going to talk to you about all of that and some other issues. Do want to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching us. If you've not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the notification bell and select all. Leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very, very much for staying. Now, where do we even start from? Let's start from Black Stars coach meeting with the Ghana Football Association executive committee. Now, in fact, we all know that yesterday there were a lot of reports saying that the Ghana Football Association were going to sack the Black Stars coach. I came back in the evening to come and tell you that based on the post of the Ghana Football Association president, it means that those things were not true, or they were not going to sack him at that time. In fact, I said that my personal opinion is that it would be so wrong for us to sack him yesterday or today, because we have just a few days to World Cup qualifiers, and it will be so wrong for us to sack him. So that news there, it is dead already. This meeting the Ghana Football Association is having with the coach of the Black Stars, Chris Hughton, is mainly to talk about the Black Stars, the World Cup qualifiers that will be coming, his squad he presented, and certain players he didn't call, certain players he called, and all of those issues. So they are going to discuss those things. All right, good. Now, some few minutes ago, Coach Chris Hughton actually arrived at the Black Star Ghana Football Association headquarters for this particular meeting. The video Cities FM and City Sports posted, you don't really see Chris, like you see him, but he's very far away. You get it? Yeah, looks like the person who was videoing was very far away from the situation. So that is how things are. He has arrived there at the GFA headquarters and set to undertake that particular meeting. We will continue to monitor if any issues come out from the meeting. We are going to tell you on this particular channel and in this video. Now, the thing is that he is not, or they are not going to talk about sacking, whether or not they should sack the Black Stars coach Chris Hughton. No, that would not be part of the agenda, because it wasn't part of the agenda in the first place. They are just going to talk about the Black Stars, the World Cup qualifiers, the squad the coach presented for the World Cup qualifiers. That is it. But then we will continue to monitor, and then we will update you subsequently on this particular channel. That's why you have to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, so that anytime you drop a video, you will be the first person to have the video. Now, Black Stars deputy captain is Thomas Partey. He is very much likely to miss the African Cup of Nations that will be coming on in January 2023, and that's a very, very sad news. Now, Thomas Partey is currently injured, and he has he underwent or undergone a surgery. Okay, good. That will ensure that he will stay out of football until the end of the year. He will not play football until the end of 2023. And the African Cup of Nations is in January 2023. So if that is the case, then it means that African Cup of Nations, it will be very, very difficult for him to come and play for the Black Stars of Ghana. That's a very sad news coming in concerning Thomas Partey. We remember that when the season started, Thomas Partey got injured. He was fine, and then he came back, and then he got injured again with a groin injury. And now they say that he's done a surgery, and he will be out until the end of so about 2 months. He will stay out of football. That's why I'm saying that based on the analysis and everything, even if he should come in January and be fit to play, I'm not sure Arsenal will allow him to come and play the African Cup of Nations. But based on the story, they say that Arsenal will assess his situation, and if he's able to play the African Cup of Nations, maybe they will allow him or not. But the several reports coming in is that he's likely to miss the African Cup of Nations. Ghana Black Stars will be playing in the month of January 2024. Let's hope for best news over there. Now, two very surprising players who were part of the Black Star squad for the World Cup qualifiers are Edmond Ado and then Dede Ayew. Dede Ayew own crowd here. It is surprising, but it's not that surprising. But Edmond Ado, very, very surprising. Consistently, since Coach Chris Hughton took over as the Black Stars coach, he has never left Edmond Ado out of his squad. Never has he said that he will not call Edmond Ado. He's always calling Edmond Ado. Meanwhile, we've played so many matches, over 10 games, okay, in Europe, the league, the Champions League, and everywhere. Edmond Ado hasn't played one competitive game. A single competitive game for his club side, Red Star Belgrade. But yes, still, he's always being called to the Black Stars. People don't understand. And I don't know the justification Coach Chris Hughton will give to this one. I just don't know. If you will call Edmond Ado and you will not call Baba Rahman there, then call Baba Rahman. What is this? I don't understand. The player doesn't play at his club side, but yes, you continue to call him. So Ghanaians are reacting to that, and a lot of people are saying their views and thoughts. I'm sure you are seeing some of the comments of Ghanaians on your screens. But what do you also have to say? Now, this guy also is talking about Dede Ayew, and the fact that he doesn't understand why Dede Ayew is still in the Black Star squad. And it is a very, very worrying situation, if you ask me, based on the analysis this guy is doing now. Ayew, Andre played 109 minutes last season. Not preseason, no preseason, and no competitive game yet has been awarded a call-up. I beg, what of players like Fameye and others performing at a high rate each week? Well, then I think we should beg him to play till 80 years then. What is Dede Ayew's business in the squad? And a lot of reactions. So that is it. A lot of people do not understand why Dede Ayew and the other player, Edmond Ado, should be part of the Black Star squad. And I agree with them to a larger extent with Edmond Ado own. But the Andre Ayew own there, they will always justify it to me. I will not talk about it. Now, the Black Stars coach had an interview with BBC, and he's speaking about a lot of things. Now, let's actually look at what he had to say to BBC about everything. Now, he says that what my role as coach of the Black Stars is to get the best results and best performances from the team. You can't always get that, but what you can always do, you can always learn from your previous experiences, whether good or bad. Ultimately, I will work as hard as I always do to try to get things the best way that we can. It's wonderful and great to want to talk about Afcon, the tournament itself, but sometimes for coaches it's difficult because we have two very important World Cup qualification games before then. If your concentrations are too far past that, then you can take your eyes off what's important at this moment. The most important thing is the World Cup qualifiers. Most important thing for us at the moment are our 2 World Cup qualification games. I think the level in African football is huge now. There are so many African players playing at big clubs in Europe, at the world stage. Chris Hughton speaking to the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, speaking about the African Cup of Nations, but then took the chance to also speak about our World Cup games, qualification games, which we'll be playing in this month of November before the African Cup of Nations. So we'll see. These games, they are very, very important. How we play those 2 games will give us a fair idea how we are going to play the African Cup of Nations. Yes, it will give us a fair idea how you are going to play the African Cup of Nations, and we hope that everything will go well for the Black Stars of Ghana in those 2 World Cup qualification games. Thank you very much for staying with us on this channel, Sport 7GH, for yet another fantastic video. Do want to subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the notification bell and select, or leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you. I'll see you in the next update. Bye bye.